He may be gone, but he can still change lives. Even as he fought cancer at the end, he still knew how to find neutral. In our last conversations, he would start off each call crying. Then he'd find a moment when he just shifted to neutral. And by the end, he was encouraging me. But that was Trevor. He poured into everyone. He gave his all for everyone else. I know that God said to him, "Well done, I am pleased." God put Trevor on this earth to do exactly what he did. And we know that heaven has gained an angel.
Preface by Andy Staples. The email popped in on a Friday night in April 2021. Like many of the thousands of emails I received from Trevor in the course of writing 2 books together, this one contained a link and nothing more. Trevor had unearthed one more thing I needed to see to understand him, to help capture his voice. So I clicked. This link led to a YouTube clip of Trevor's father, Bob, speaking to a rapt audience. Bob Moawad was a coach turned motivational speaker who could hold a crowd in the palm of his hand. He spent most of the last third of his life teaching people that a positive outlook will make their lives better. The speech, Trevor emailed me, likely took place in 2006, about a year before Bob died following a long fight with cancer. Bob explained to the crowd that most people don't really expect an answer when they ask how we're doing, but he would give them one anyway. "I'm vertical," Bob said. "I'm on this side of the carpet. I'm eating solid food. Who could ask for anything more?" Trevor struggled for years to reconcile the fact that while his father was his hero, Trevor had built a similar business contradicting some of his father's core beliefs. Working with elite athletes, Trevor had learned that top performers need more than just be positive. So he had developed a curriculum based on neutral thinking. And though that made him very successful, at times, it made him sad. Deep down, Trevor wanted to be just like his dad, and he felt he had deviated from Bob's path. But as I watched that video, I heard Trevor. As Bob kept talking, I realized that what he and Trevor taught wasn't as different as Trevor feared. I'm vertical. I'm on this side of the carpet. I'm eating solid food. Those are neutral statements. Trevor always taught the athletes he worked with to go to the truth. Those were the facts at that moment. Bob Moawad was teaching neutral thinking years before his son put a name to it. At the time Trevor sent that email, he had essentially reached the same point as his father had when that video was recorded. Both were fighting a battle against cancer that was far more difficult than they let on to the outside world. Both had only a few months left to live. Bob died about a year later. He was 66. Trevor died September 15th, 2021. He was 48. Trevor never told anyone he was dying. Like his former boss, Nick Saban, he didn't believe in looking at the scoreboard. He chose instead to give each moment a life of its own. But beyond anything he taught, he undersold how serious his condition was because he cared more about the rest of us than he cared about himself. He didn't want me to give a single thought to his condition if it might take away even a second of joy from a moment with my family. Trevor didn't want Russell Wilson worrying about him when he could be trying to solve the Rams' defense. Trevor didn't want his friend Lawrence Frank to fret when he was trying to build a championship team with the Los Angeles Clippers. He told a few of us the details of his cancer because he had to, but he kept that information from nearly everyone else because he preferred that they remain blissfully unaware. He worked most of the 2019 season with the Georgia football team while undergoing chemotherapy and various invasive procedures, and didn't tell anyone in the organization about any of it until after the season ended. Trevor always felt his job was to serve others. If his clients were concerned about him, they were wasting mental energy that they could have used to improve their own performances. Originally, he didn't want to discuss his cancer fight.